Good afternoon. We're going to do a karmic update. So there's two precise messages of what's going on with the karmic attached to those in this collective. The karmic energy is attached to some of those in this collective. There's true and precise energy of what they are, where they're at today. That's the energy of the karmic. What's the energy of the karmic? Sorry, I put some of my cards over here behind me, so gotta reach behind the camera. True precise messages, spirit of the energies of the karmic attached to the collective. The karmic's attached to those in the collective. What's the energy today? Please, spirit. What's their energy today? Where are they at? Thank you. I can't even read what that one is, so. We have the Singer of Initiation in reverse, and She of the Kronk. Which in reverse looks just like that one, doesn't it? Trying to pretend to be something else is what I'm getting with that. I'm going to look that one up though before I go get you. Trying to mirror the divine feminine. Perhaps we are trying to start things that we are not truly ready for, or that they are not ready for us. Perhaps even trying to do something that is inappropriate for them. Something that will take us off on a dead-end road. Standing here and banging our heads on a closed gate is not a productive activity. The gate that they face may seem like much. The decision to enter may not seem to be a matter of great moments, but the presence of the guardian at the gate tells us, not at the guardian at the gate. Oh, thank goodness. I'm like, what? Goodness, my bad. Disregard that part. Okay, we'll try again. Like he of the fairy sword and all of the other singers, she does not have, she fills the universe and is available to all. In a reverse speaks the archetype energy. Blocked, unaccepted by the querent or another involved. Issues are at hand. She of the conch. They indicate a form of pregnancy, a necessary time of nurturing and developing. We need to be open to her overflowing grace. She may be also indicate a need to allow her nurturing grace to flow through us. and they may be in need of spiritual healing. She tells us of need for unconditional receiving, of making the best of what we are offered. She also reminds us that unbound love and grace is ours, just waiting to be accepted. The presence of this card indicates comfort and nurturing with the cards around it. So either somebody else, some of the karmics are pregnant, or it's reminding us that we need to be maybe compassionate for everything that they're going through. And to me, I see this as they're trying to mirror someone else. Alright, so what was the 9? In reverse. When we stand in the gateway of the initiation, it is often difficult to tell where we are going into the process. It may feel more like a loss than a movement forward. Prayer for insight helps, but a great deal of the process is about discovering what we can do. This is a test, one requiring much, if not all, our inner resources and wisdom. The why meaning. When this is going to end, try asking, how can I do this better? How can I handle this more wisely than I ever have before? Past experience with the singer suggests that they follow questions, how can I handle this differently and more creatively? Is there another point of view that I have not, or that I have never looked at? What golden gate is being offered to them to explore with the apparent problem? So, upright, right, the singer of the initiation is like going through the gate. When we reach that, it's a number 9, so it's when the things are at their darkest just before they push through the gate, right? But in reverse, it's like they're not wanting to see that that gate is there and they need to push through. They need to go through the gate and stop stalling. It's a blockage to me. In reverse, it's like they're not wanting to go through that next portal, that next gate. So they're blocking it. This, again, I just get the energy from this one that, well, some may be, I guess, since the meaning behind it was pregnancy, some may be pregnant. For others, I feel like they're mirroring, they're trying to mirror someone else, and my guess would be they're trying to mirror the divine feminine, trying to be like someone they're not. The zebra also in reverse. Enthusiasm is a zebra is usually very eccentric, moving, worldly, in a mission, purpose, very in tune to their higher self, but it's in reverse. So then that means that they're not being in mission, they're not being eccentric, they're being very low vibrational. Right? Upright, this would be a very high vibrational card. In the reverse, it's a very low vibrational card. Okay. So the wolf, it's a Pisces card. It's a number 9, also completion. And this speaks of protecting, guards the tribe. It's trying to be reliable, trying to be fearless. A wolf can be sneaky at sometimes, so you could take it that way, but it's also a very earth, very grounded energy. To me, I'm getting where they stand afar and watch, like a wolf, like will stay out in the fields and they'll watch, right? And then when the farmer or nobody else is around, they'll come in and attack the sheep. So it's like they're just waiting for their moment to attack. Because I don't know why else we would get the sheep thought. Let's see, deer is very family. This is a heart chakra energy, very grounded earth energy as well. This is a number 9 card also. This is the mother. Again, we're getting pregnancy and mother, so a lot of these karmics may have children. They may be pregnant with the divine masculine's children. Competent, nurturing, loving to their masculine. They try to be wise. They try to protect their young. So really the energy with these both too, I get, is that they, regardless of whether we like to think of it that way or not, right? But they're just trying to protect their family. And we should, I think, as human beings, while we're on this earth, we should be compassionate to the understanding of always seeing things from the other person's perspective. Put yourself in the hangman's position and see it from their perspective because it's not for us to judge them. We know our journey, we know what Spirit's directing us to do, and that's what we're doing. So we move forward with that guidance. We know that their relationship to the Divine Masculine is karmic, that they were only there for a purpose of them learning a lesson in relationships, but those karmics don't know that. Okay, the fire ant energy is very rigid, very aggressive, disciplined, can be disciplined, but blames others for their issues, gossips a lot, and a very aggressive energy on this one. Give me some precise messages, Spirit, of what's going on with the karmic, please. What's going on with the karmic? 5 cards. Give me 5 cards for the karmic for energy today. Okay, a lot of cards are jumping, so we might get 4 and 5. So far we have the King of Swords, Pentacles, Judgment, the Hangman, I'm told to take that in reverse. It's Queens and the Star card. Yeah. Okay. And give me some cards down here for how they see the Divine Feminine. Oh, okay. Spirit saying no, the Divine Masculine. How they see the Divine Masculine then. Energy for how they see the Divine Masculine. Okay. Did I miss one somewhere? 1, 2, 3, one more. One more, Spirit. Give me some cards for how the karmic is today. How's the karmic energy today? I really didn't want to do 50 cards. It'd be different if I felt better. Alright, so the karmic right now is feeling stuck, like they're in a, it's a self-imposed prison. They probably want out of their connection as much as the masculines want out, but they're being stubborn. They're holding on to their man, their woman, whatever the case be. 8 of Swords, but this self-imposed prison is there because they could certainly uncover their eyes, see things for what they are, and move forward, right? The flame here is a lot of fiery energy. Just, I'm getting the energy, same as the fire ants, same as the one watching from afar, ready to attack, or planning an attack, almost energy. With this here, I feel like even this bull just wants to get up and ram with those horns, right? For whatever reason, that's the energy I'm getting from this. Not that that's usually how we read this card, it's just what I'm getting from it. Knight of Swords is certainly not completely in their truth, not to the divine masculines or anyone else. They're trying to make themselves seem angelic with these wings here, but things are very dark and cloudy around them. Even though there's truth swarming all around, they refuse to see it. Well, good. Goodness. The Nine of Coins, Nine of Pentacles, they went into this connection for a lot of them because they wanted security. They wanted a lot of them was got into this by seducing the masculine to begin with, but they wanted to be with they wanted the masculine to take care of them and spend their money on them. They want to be like the High Priestess. But the Temperance is here to balance this out so that they can go find their true love somewhere else. Their lessons with this masculine is over. The karmic lessons are done. It's time to move forward. Remember, everything is energy. Relationships that we put in, if you're on this journey, you've uprooted your old belief systems, you've embraced your new belief systems, and understand with everything being energy and the karmic, the divine, the spirits didn't put those two together because it was a divine connection. They didn't have to marry even. They just needed to learn lessons from one another regarding a relationship. They had self-will. They chose that. If they chose to marry or stay together, that was their will, not divinely put together. Not like a divine connection. Judgment is here regarding the King of Swords. King of Swords is in his truth, telling the karmics the way it's going to be. He's not real happy about having to sit down and explain this over and over again. He feels like he's held down by this karmic as well, very much out in the cold. In both situations, in the sense that the divine feminine, of course, has pulled her energy back, healing herself, right? And that causes him to want to come to her more. The magnetic pull is there, and then he's got to be with this cold person of a karmic that's, they're always at wit's ends. Judgment is here to make sure that this gets worked out so that they can be in mission, soul purpose, and pull away from the karmic energy so they can raise their vibration. Okay, the Seven of Swords, the masculines are, the karmic knows that the masculines are trying to sneak away or sneak off and leave them out in the cold. Defenseless. They feel like they're having a pity party for themselves, like they're trying to play the victim role with the masculines right now, like, I'm just going to be here. Go ahead and leave. Leave me defenseless, out in the cold. A very pity party energy from this card right now. But Spirit's making them see things from another perspective in the divine timing. Being flipped upside down in Hangman, so that they are forced to see it from another perspective. That they already have someone else at a distance. They have true love somewhere at a distance they need to go to. They will still, once the karmic is out of the toxic connection with the masculine, then they too will be, flourish in their own right with someone else. The Six of Coins is in reverse because it wasn't equal give and take. The karmics were taking and stashing money for some, so that they could leave eventually, because they didn't want in this toxic connection anymore either. They felt stabbed in the back, like it was all the, again, the pity party feeling, like it's all about how they've been hurt by this connection. It's an ending though. It's a 10. It's time to put it to bed, time to put it to rest. The Star card here is the Tower has fallen. Regardless, And they see the star, the light that guides the divine masculine. They see the light that's shining, guiding him up out of the rubble. But they're envious and trying to be like that, trying to be, see, the divine masculine's over here getting nourishment from the divine spirit. And so the karmics are trying to also emulate that. How they see the masculines. They see the masculines as getting ready to communicate to the feminines. They see them as always struggling or putting an end to the struggle of the Ten of Wands. They've made a real mess with three-party situations, the entanglement of communication mess, and they have been crawling out, trying to crawl out from under the mess that they have made. And so the karmics see them as crawling on their belly. But they know that they are crawling out from under that to only go communicate to the divine feminine. Oops, I didn't. Oh. So I got to pull more clarification cards for these. They see the how the karmic sees the masculine is pure devil energy. They think they're the karmic, that they're the toxicity, that they, as if they should. Hang on. The karmics feel like this person, the counterpart, I'm calling it a masculine, but it's just the, the opposite person. So the karmic feels like this person is the toxicity of their connection, like that they've had to do all the work, that they've had to care for this one. Like, again, the poor me syndrome, the I've done everything for you, how could you do this to me attitude. Right? They see the masculines as a Knight of Cups, just getting overwhelmed in their emotions. They've caught them crying or being emotional, but they know that it's not over them. They know that they're being emotional over their divine feminine. They see them daydreaming, standing by windows and staring out the window away from them, and they know that they're not thinking of the karmic. They know that they're thinking of the divine feminine. The Six of Cups is usually equal give and take. They see that the divine masculines want equal give and take, but with someone else, not with the karmic. They see them growing stronger. Why? Because we have three animals here, all highly lit up. The crown chakras are lit up. Just as the divine feminine has awakened the divine masculine, and you're raising their vibration, but also because the karmic mirror the divine masculine and senses that energy, it's also raising their vibration in some small sense of the way, because they're trying to emulate that. They're trying to be like the divine feminine so that the masculine won't leave. But they see the masculines is getting stronger, stronger than they've ever seen them before. They're no longer weak and can't be controlled by this karmic person. They're standing up to the karmics now. Eight of Wands, communication, again, rapid communication coming in about the storm clouds, about the storms that have been brewing, waiting to come to a head, the lightning just waiting to hit. This communication is coming in fast, like a lightning bolt, Spirit's saying. I know my voice is starting to leave again, sorry. I feel my energy depleting with this read. It's a very heavy read when you do these karmic reads. It pulls you right down with it. Whew. Clarify the devil. Clarify the devil card, please. For the next, how she sees the masculine. How the karmic sees the masculine. Please. How the karmic sees the masculine, please. How the karmic sees the masculine on the devil. Alright, Spirit, we're supposed to get different deck. My energy's running out. The double card, please, Spirit. Three-party situations, the boundaries that were set. So, how the karmic sees the masculine regarding that devil energy, perhaps toxic energy, right? It's regarding, they know that they were having affairs with 3 other women, or if it was a woman, then 3 other men, putting themselves out there to multiple. And we as divine feminines already knew that. It was a burden, but the masculines are putting that burden down. They're releasing those other karmics because the divine feminine put her boundaries up with a sword, cutting out those three-party situations. And this karmic knows that he's no longer seeing the other people, but that the Empress is the one that made that happen, not the karmic. The Empress is the one that set boundaries because she knew her worth. Knight of Cups. Clarify the Knight of Cups, please. Didn't see it fall. Knight of Cups is clarified with the King of Swords. So perhaps sharp tongue, but not necessarily telling the karmic the whole truth, but very sharp words when they do communicate regarding those emotions that he has. And the 6 of Cups clarified by the Hierophant and the 5 of Wands. It's been all the karmic does is fight with this masculine, because he is gaining his power. He's stepping up. He's gaining strength. Why? Because the divine feminine is sending him that healing energy. The divine feminine is healing herself. When she heals herself and steps into power, that mirrors that higher vibration to the masculine, raising his vibration as well, so he can step into his Hierophant energy and battle, have an equal chance at the battle that he's fighting with this person, gaining that strength that he needed. Clarify the strength card, please. Sorry, my alarm goes off every day at 5. The strength card clarified with the King of Wands, communication coming in. He knows that you're perfectly paired with him, and he wants to offer the divine feminine that token of love, the Knight of Pentacles. And the karmic knows that. She knows that the masculine is coming to the Queen of Swords because she sees him as the King of Swords. So she sees them as a divine pair, right? And that the divine pair, the Queen of Swords, was able to cut out those other 3 women, that three-party situation, and heal that broken heart of his. So now he's had the strength to move on, to get rid of the toxicity of the devil energy, and that the divine feminine did that. And the karmic knows that this was only done by the divine feminine because this karmic didn't put any effort into healing him. She didn't put any effort into trying to stop him from drinking too much, smoking too much, having those other people in their lives. Plus, it was something that they both had to learn, the karmic lessons. 8 of Wands, again, the rapid communication. Spirit, clarify the 8 of Wands. Clarify the 8 of Wands. He's coming to surrender to the Great Spirit as a Knight of Wands, and the karmic knows, she senses that he's giving into this spiritual growth that he was never into before, perhaps, but also that she knows that he's coming to communicate to his divine feminine. She senses that energy because the high priestess energy is out there. Her energy, her whole aura glows, and it's just known, even etherically, in the 5D, even the karmic sense that this high priestess is in her power, and he's coming to connect with her, and he has gained the strength to do that. Anything else regarding the way the karmic feels about the masculine? Anything else about how the karmic feels about the masculine? Temperance is here to balance things out with him and the divine. She knows, she feels it, that he's going to leave her behind and offer that cup of love. She feels him moving, him pulling the energy away from her more and more, as if it could go any further. He's just going to have to figure out, for the one that is pregnant, or the ones that have children, you know, of course there will be, you know, you'll have to go through the custody battles, or the whole, what do you call it, child support issues and all that, but they're still willing to sacrifice what they need to make this connection and work it out, so that they can still be with their children as well. Because keeping the children safe and of high vibration is still a great concern, and not a concern for spirit, but a focus for spirit to watch out for the children, because the children are certainly the highest level of unconditional love. Anything else? Anything else? Three of Wands, because he's chosen her, he's moving forward for treatments to offer that Ace of Cups to her. Does the karmic is the karmic going to move on quietly? Laying down swords, having a peace offering to lay down the sword so there's no more battle. In the sunshine, sun will come out, because Spirit's going to bring in judgment and temperance, and all parties involved will be stable and abundant. Any advice for the collective regarding the masculines? Okay, so that was a bit much. Could have just given me one or two, Spirit. She's been trying me all day. Alright. Have patience and don't worry. Take time to rest and plan your next step. A prudent investment of time or money. It's getting really dark in here all of a sudden. Let me turn the light on, or you won't be able to see the rest of the cards anyway. Okay, so I'll hold this up again now that we can read it. There. Alright, so loving, comforting, emotional, intuitive. Listen to your heart. Intuitive insights you can trust. Taking care of others, perhaps too much. So perhaps you're overwatering your masculine. And try not to put focus or worry about the karmic situation. I know we did these readings every now and then just so that people can see what's going on. But don't put a lot of energy and focus on it, because that'll block you. No more procrastinating. Your power comes from making a decision. Yes. Confusion that arises from overanalyzing the options. Absolutely. Earlier we had the general reading, so check that out if you didn't already. But the indie for indecisive, you know, the wishy-washy decision maker, was the energy for the collective today, for the feminines. Gentle, sensitive, kind, and inexperienced. So this is someone, a novice, a new relationship or emotional experience, invitations to social events, a compassionate friend you can share your concerns with. That's beautiful. 10 of Wands, the resolution of difficulties. The resolution of difficulties, right here. A weight lifted off your shoulders. The end of an addiction or codependency. Very good. So see, the masculines are stepping away from their codependencies on these karmics. Positive change are on their way. A welcome relief from troubled times. Traveling or relocating. Oh, bring it on. I want to relocate. Who wants to house swap? Someplace warm though. I'm not going to where it snows. We'll do a mini vacation swapping houses. Alright, so this is what I have for you of how the karmic is doing and how they view right now with the masculines. Alright, if you want other readings or a different type, you want a pet reading, you can email me. If you want me to do different type of readings on the collective, just leave it in the comments and I'll be happy to oblige. Have a blessed day.